Hello everyone, it's Mrs. P and I am here to do my weekly meal plan with you guys. I've had so much positive responses, even though I feel like the meals that we've been cooking are not the healthiest and not the most creative, but I appreciate you guys, hanging in there and encouraging me and making me feel better about it. I do know, healthy food versus not healthy food. I'm very aware that we don't eat, the best, but I do have picky eaters, so that does play into it. But anyway, regardless, let's go ahead and get started. So this meal plan is going to be for the first week of March. And this is the week that soccer starts for us. So now we've been having practice, but this is when games start. So things, get a little bit hectic. All right, so I'm going to say this is from the 29th through March 6th, which goes from Thursday to Wednesday. All right, so starting on Thursday, this meal that I'm planning for Thursday, I'm going to zoom a little bit in, is a meal I have never fixed before. It sounds a lot like a chicken pot pie. I saw another YouTuber talk about it, and then she posted like a link to a video where somebody else had made it, and it was called Chicken a la King. And it looks pretty easy for a weeknight meal. I feel like I can handle it, and it just looks like good comfort food, and I am all about that. So Chicken a la King, and I will link her recipe down in the description box just in case. But it's got like chicken and like this creamy soup mixture and vegetables, and then on top, she said she always cooks it with rice. The video recipe showed it with like the biscuits on top. So I'm not sure. I think I'm going to make it just like that and also serve rice with it, even though that's really starchy, but I'm all about carbs. So Chicken a la King, it's going to have all the veggies and everything in it. I've got everything because a couple weeks ago I found the cans of Chicken a la King that she had mentioned using. I found those. Believe it or not, none of my grocery stores had them, but the Dollar Tree had it. So I got 2 cans, which is what she said it calls for. So I got that, plus I've got shredded chicken already, like shredded, and it's already cooked in the freezer. And I'm just going to add some extra veggies to it. I've got everything I need for that. So that one's a good meal to just go ahead and fix. All right, so Fridays we always like to do pizza or something like that, and we are going to do hamburgers. Last Friday we did hot dogs, so this Friday we're going to do hamburgers. And with that, when I was going through my pantry and looking to see, what kinds of sides I had, I noticed that I had some pork and beans. Now, they're not my favorite, but I have them, and so I want to get them used up. I'm pretty sure I purchased those last summer, so I need to use those. So pork and beans, and we'll probably just have some chips with that on the side. All right, so Saturday we're going to do a meal that my sister-in-law, she and her husband have introduced us to this years ago. We just call them roll-ups. So I'm going to say roll-ups. And what that is you take London broil and you cut it very thin into strips, and you have to cut it against the grain because London broil is a very lean meat and it can be tough. So you cut it against the grain, okay, in slices, and then you roll it up with bacon, put a toothpick in it. Of course, you season it with whatever your favorite seasonings are. We use Everglades seasoning, and my husband, he grew up in Florida, so he loves Everglades seasoning, and I do too. So we use that and some pepper and salt and stuff. But anyway, and then you grill it, and it is absolutely delicious. That bacon, oh, it makes it just delicious. So anyway, so we're going to have roll-ups. I already have the London broil. I got it, gosh, several weeks ago when we thought we were going to have some people come over, my nephew and my niece. And so they didn't, so we ended up sticking that London broil in the freezer. So I'm going to pull that out, but I do need to get some bacon. So I'm going to put bacon on the list. All right, bacon, and then with this, we're going to have some baked potatoes. And I'm going to go ahead and get some more baked potatoes because we've been using a lot of potatoes lately. What else are we going to get? Corn. And the last time I had corn on the cob on my menu, when I was at the store, they didn't have any fresh corn, which we prefer. And then when I looked at the frozen corn, it didn't look good. It looked freezer burnt. So I ended up getting just regular frozen corn, like whole kernel corn. So I want corn on the cob if I can get some good corn on the cob. All right, and then we'll do some yeast rolls with this, which I already have. I just have to remember to thaw that out. All right, so Sunday we're going to grill some pork chops. Well, it should be grilled pork chops, but I'm just going to leave that alone. Grilled pork chops, and I'm pretty sure we've used up all of our pork chops, so I'm going to have to get some pork chops as well. And with that, we're going to have, you can tell I'm from the South, squash casserole. I was scrolling around on a recipe website, and squash casserole was, I don't know, it popped up, and I was like, you know what, it has been forever. Probably a couple years since I've made a squash casserole. And I had purchased at Sam's back in the fall the cases of like the cream of mushroom and cream of chicken soups, and I still have quite a few cans of that. So I've got what I need for this, and I've got a lot of Ritz crackers already. So I'm gonna only need to get the squash, and I'll just get like frozen squash if they don't have any fresh squash. So I'll just look and see what they've got at the store, whatever looks best. So squash casserole, grilled pork chops, what else am I gonna have? Oh, salad. And I used the last of the salad mix this week, so I'll need to get some more salad stuff. I do still have cucumbers. Oh, I'll need to get some cheddar cheese to shred, because for whatever reason, the cheese, and I shred it and then I put it in like this airtight container, but it didn't last. It went bad. So I'm instead of getting the big block of cheese this week, I'm going to get the smaller block so that it's used up quicker. All right, so that's that for that day. And I might get grilled pork chops, squash casserole. I don't think we need any bread with that one. All right, so then Monday. All right, Monday, I'm going to call it a easy afternoon because we're going to be getting ready to start games this week. We don't have a game on Monday, but Mondays are hard. I'm going to say soup and grilled cheese. And we have plenty of soups. I've got tons of chicken noodle and tomato soup and ramen and all the kinds of soup that we could possibly want. Grilled cheese, we have the cheese, but I need to get bread. And that's kind of like a staple. I have to get it anyway, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on the list. And that's going to be dinner. Grilled cheese and soup. All right. And for those of you that said, how many times I say my husband won't eat this, he won't eat any of this. So he's on his own. He'll have to figure out what he's going to eat this night. All right, Tuesday. Tuesday is our first soccer game, and it is a home game, but it is a late home game. Usually the games start around 4 o'clock, and we're usually done by 5:30, 6 o'clock, but this game doesn't start until 6. So I'm going to say we're going to have time to get home and eat something quick. So I'm going to get chicken sandwiches. And then I'm going to go ahead and Monday night I'm going to actually make myself a note. make some pasta, like a pasta salad, and have that. My daughter loves pasta salad, and so I'll have that with the chicken sandwiches. Oops, salad, I can't spell. All right, so pasta salad with the chicken sandwiches. I need everything for this one. Okay, so I need to get chicken patties. This might be a spendy week. Chicken patties. But once I buy this, like this, the bag of chicken patties, like the Tyson breaded patties, me and my daughter are the only ones that will eat that. So it's just 2, and I think it comes with like 8 or 10, so it'll last for several weeks. All right, so I've got to get chicken patties. I need to get the pasta salad mix, which is, we just do the box kind, but she loves it. The Hidden Valley Ranch one is absolutely delicious. And I always cut up like some broccoli. Oh, need to put that on there. Broccoli. The fresh broccoli. O-L-I. The fresh broccoli to put in, like cut it up and put it in there. Delicious. And let's see here. Oh, hamburger buns for the chicken sandwiches. Okay. Then on Friday. Goodness gracious, what is wrong with my brain? All right, Wednesday, hamburger helper. Okay, so I can't write and talk at the same time. So I was looking through the pantry, just kind of doing a inventory to see, you know, what I had, what I needed to use up. And I had bought about a month ago. I think actually I bought it around New Year's because I was going to make something with it, and we didn't end up going anywhere for New Year's. But I've got a block of Velveeta cheese. And so I was thinking, what could I make for a meal that has Velveeta cheese? Now, I know I've made like some like broccoli cheddar soup with the cheese, but I was like, I don't really want that. We just had broccoli soup not too long ago. But I found a recipe for like homemade hamburger helper. And I was like, perfect, because my daughter loves that stuff. It'll use up the Velveeta. I've got the noodles. I've got tons of noodles. We've got hamburger meat, and I've got the Velveeta. So I printed out the recipe. I don't need anything for this meal. So hamburger helper, and I'm going to fix some green beans on the side, and then I'm going to pick up some rolls. We have yeast rolls, but I'm going to pick up, there's like a certain kind of roll that I like to have with something like this. As my dad would say, to sop up the leftover gravy and juice. All right, so I'm going to put rolls on here. And so that should do it for this meal. So everything should be good. This is what we've got to get. And so the most expensive things, like over here, are going to be the pork chops. Okay, of course, bacon's expensive. And these chicken patties. And other than that, everything else is not too bad. So maybe I won't spend as much as I thought I was going to. And our freezer is pretty stocked with like just snacky foods and like pizza rolls, things like that. My daughter takes pizza rolls to school all the time. All right, so that does it. That should be our meal for the week. And I think we will be happy. My husband, maybe not so much, but Mr. P's just going to have to either learn to like things, or he's just going to have to fend for himself. So that is my meal. If you like this meal planning sheet, I've got that in my Google Drive for the freebies. So just look on there. And if there's any recipes that you want, I will link the chicken a la king. Oh, I didn't even finish writing that. The chicken a la king, because somebody did share that recipe with me, and I'll share it with you. But anything else, just ask me, and I don't mind to share. Okay? All right, guys. That does it. That's going to be our meal plan for the first week of March. I will see you guys later. Bye.